Hello, world. Hi. Woo! We're back. Hi.
Excited.
It is I, DM Dan, and welcome to Explore the Elsewhere Live. We're playing some Daggerheart. We rejoin our companions, Fio, Livvy, Nate, and Dan, PC of the PC variety, as they are aboard the RAS Windfall, a Royal Navy airship that is currently under attack from a large bronze-scaled wyvern. Woohoo indeed, Julia. That is exactly what I need as I strive towards my first TPK. The wyvern has just smashed into the deck of the Windfall. A second is currently embroiled in combat with the captain, the first mate, and some crewmates at the rear of the ship. But yeah, has collided with the deck with such ferocity that Ruby has been thrown to the ground. Goro has been savaged by the beast's impossibly sharp teeth. And it's back to you. What do you guys do?
If it's okay, I would like to go next.
No, it's not.
Yeah, unless anyone else wants to chip in.
No, you do.
In which case, yeah, in this moment, as the wyvern has chomped its way through a bit on Goro, Goro will, reading from that bit of pain, will just scrape the plank of a greatsword along the deck and just go for a straight up uppercut against its bottom of its jaw. But before I do that, within that motion, there's almost like a strengthening of resolve and like almost a bit of like an adrenaline rush, as I will activate my once prolonged rest feature of Guardian, which is to become unstoppable.
Okay. So let's.
And which gives me a number of things, but for the sake of game, yes, I'm a bit harder to hit. I hit slightly harder, and it will only get worse for the creature over time. And I cannot be restrained or vulnerable.
Okay, so yes,
which is important for this.
As you sort of like muster up your defenses, that vulnerability from being knocked prone by the wyvern is removed.
And yeah, I'm going for this huge uppercut with my giant greatsword.
Okay.
So I will, with this, because I've got the hoop, and considering the wyvern has pinned one of my friends down and it's really coming on us, is it possible? So I've got the hope to burn. Where's my details? There. I'm trying to protect my allies, as I have their back. So I've got a feature, my experience of I'll have your back. Could I play that into trying to protect my allies as I try and bat this thing off the side of the boat? I think I hope.
So can experiences be used with attacks?
It can, if it makes sense story-wise, or like the experience. So yeah, a lot of the experiences can be, because you're spending resource, you're spending a hope, but obviously it has to make sense narratively as well, depending on what you use.
Anytime you make an action roll, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So you drop down to 4 hope, and
4 hope on this.
You get +2. +2 experience.
Yeah, I got a +2 to this attack. As I'm trying to defend my allies. I shall roll. I have rolled a 16 with hope.
16
so
plus.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Where's my greatsword? +2, so 18 total. Sorry.
And plus another 2 for the experience.
1920.
20. 20 with hope. Wow, wow, we were. That is a hit, sir.
Which is great. So I get that hope back, so I'm on +5 again, hope wise. So yes. Where's my unstoppable feature? Okay, so yeah, as the greatsword rakes across the floorboards and uppercuts against this creature from underneath, I will roll damage. Now, because I've got a greatsword, it does have a feature where I can roll an extra die, weapon die, and I pick that I get rid of the lowest. Okay. So in my case, because I've got proficiency of 2, I'm going to be rolling 3 d10s, and I'm going to get rid of the lowest one.
Okay.
So I'll roll those separately on 4 d10. Roll.
18.
So I'll get 18 plus 4 from me in my current state.
22.
22 points of damage, I believe. This is physical.
Sure.
22 points of physical damage as I uppercut this beast.
Okay. In which case, as you surge from the deck and the sword sort of like scrapes across the floor before being swung in this mighty, mighty arc, 22 damage is severe damage. That's 3 hit points off the... My pen literally just exploded.
Exciting.
That's how impactful the attack was. Okay, 3 points of damage, and the wyvern is sort of like staggers back, roaring from this huge gash across its midriff, and sort of like clatters into the ballista that it's stood in front of. Like one of its wings flapping wildly, trying to kind of correct itself in its head, swinging from side to side. Anything else, Gory?
Nope. Reeling back from the uppercut, he will bring the greatsword down in a more defensive pose, ready to intercept any blows to my allies.
Okay. Who's next?
I will go. How far away is it from me?
It's within very close of you.
It is very close.
Almost Rain of Blades close.
Is it Rain of Blades close? Or is it Long Tongue close? So
Gonna lick it before it dies.
Yeah, Greg, who was previously hiding behind Goru, in the melee action, just finally looks up and realizes that what's going on, and that this guy is starting to get pretty hurt. So what he's going to do is he is going to unleash his long tongue as a finesse close weapon.
Okay.
So I need to mark a stress for using it. It's very stressful to use my really long tongue. So
I expect licking it is not the nicest thing.
No, I'm gonna like punch it in its eyeball. So I'm using my tongue to punch it right in the eyeball.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Dale saying,
Right.
"Stop licking the damn thing in my head."
Right in the face. So I need to make an attack roll, which is a finesse weapon.
Is getting salmonella from is that a chicken unique thing, or do you reckon you can get it from wyvern eyeballs?
Chicken salad. I mean, depends what he's made of.
You're going to get pink eye up on your tongue.
Well, it's only Twig that has to worry about that because he's sharing a bed with me tonight. So what was it? I'm really rubbish at remembering how I do a attack.
Roll.
Roll.
So the
Is
two
it-
dice at the bottom of your.
It is
foundry
with two
screen.
dice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Not great.
So 7 with hope plus what's your thingy thing? Your 2 is so that's a 9 with hope.
9.
Unfortunately, that does not connect.
Just
However, you do gain another hope.
I do gain another hope.
So
Maxed out now.
you with a non-trademarkable Yoshi.
Yeah.
The wyvern sort of like sees this tongue coming and just sort of like smacks your tongue with the side of its head.
Yeah.
And I assume, I don't know how quickly it retracts. Well, maybe, sorry, the tongue flies towards its face and then it turns and opens its maw, and then you have to sort of like reel it back in real quick.
Reel it back in again.
As this wyvern like chomps in the space that was previously occupied by the end of your tongue.
Yeah, no, don't want that. Thank you very much.
Are you moving, Greg?
I would like to become hidden, please. Can I hide behind this crate-like object? Is that, how big is that?
I reckon you could. Yeah, the fact that there's a big old crane.
Crane there.
Yeah.
Very much. I would like to hide. Shh. No one was here. Definitely not a really long tongue boy.
So do you roll? Is that a stress?
No, I just go. It's just stress. So I just mark a stress on,
Mark a stress
and then I
you become hidden.
become hidden.
Okay, I'll mark that as invisible for now. Oh, you're going little blue. Okay, very nice. Who's going next? That's 2 activations in the pool.
Because it was a fail of a hit.
I thought it was just
you get
fear.
to go.
No, I thought it was just if you roll with fear that you.
If you roll with fear, yes, roll with fear. And don't you miss as well? Or is that not it?
Someone in comments.
Failed.
Just
It's a failed roll, I thought.
Initiative. You'd have thought that we'd have figured
Action
out.
tracker training.
Action rolls. Yeah, action tracker. Action tracker. Frantically searching through the action tracker.
Yeah.
Using action tracker GM. Here we are. Activating adversaries. Whenever a player makes a move, they add what? When you make a GM move, usually after an action roll that fails or is rolled with fear. Okay, but yeah,
Yep.
you're absolutely right. So we shouldn't have doubted you. Yeah, I'm gonna. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to share the love. So as it snaps and there's almost a thunder boom of a clap as the jaw slams together, and sort of like it leans forward, having just chased Greg's tongue for a little bit. That's a sentence I never thought I'd ever say. It then sort of like, as it rights itself, kind of blood oozing from the wound on its kind of abdomen. Its long snaky head sort of like looks around and settles on the goblin to its left. And with a sharp, it attempts to bite at Twig.
Of course it does.
Snap. A 10 to hit.
My evasion is 9, so I think it hits.
So that is a hit. In which case you take boop, 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 18 damage.
Well, I was going to interject. Is Twig within very close to me?
Don't know if he does count as very close.
7. Yeah, you're everything very close.
Okay.
In which case, I will mark a stress to take the damage instead.
Okay.
As I interject myself in front of Twig, rather than Twig take this 18 damage. I'm like, no! Woof! As I get myself in the way.
Okay.
And I will take the brunt of this 18.
In which case, the jaws clamp round you for 18 damage instead.
Yep, and with that, I am going to spend 1 armor slot and 1 stress to take 0 damage. As I'm current. Hold on, how much? It was 18, wasn't it? So yeah,
Yeah.
I can take it down by 12 each time currently. So yeah, I take no damage as I bat this thing with my sword out of the way.
Okay, in which
Tanky
case,
tank.
yeah, the jaws kind of clamp round your shell, but kind of don't make any purchase. The wyvern kind of rears back. It is relentless, so I get to do another thingy.
Another thingy.
Another thingy. In which case, it's like its teeth squeak off your shell. It then sort of like roars in frustration. And Goro, as you sort of like come out slightly more slobbery, there's a huge buffet of its wings. And it rips up into the air, like kind of darkening, like covering you in shadow, before it pulls its wings back in and it dive bombs a second time. Just
I wish I could just go in my shell.
it's gonna dive bomb between you, like effectively almost landing on the crates. So the crates are just sort of like smashed to bits. The crates that you're hidden behind. Greg, but as it slams back down, it will mark a second stress to do that, and it makes attack against both of you. So Twig is 5, and Goro is an 11.
Yeah, it kind of hits.
Okay, I assume it misses you, Twig.
So
Fine,
my minor is 1, my major is 5.
No, this is your.
Oh no!
evasion.
Oh yeah, evasion. Yes. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, my evasion's 9, so yeah, it misses.
Sure. Okay.
Which is really...
In which case, like Twig, as you see this thing kind of go up in the air, you kind of have a pretty good idea what's about to happen, and you've managed to sort of like dive out of the way in time for this thing to come careening back to the deck and kind of splinter the wood underneath your feet. Goro, however, you take the brunt of its slam. You take 20 damage.
In which case,
And you're
again,
knocked over.
I will spend an armor slot and a stress again to take it to 0.
Okay.
As I just get in my shield, like,
And you're immune to vulnerable, aren't you?
and I'm immune to vulnerable. Yeah.
In
As
which
I just,
case,
like a tank.
This thing kind of comes down, like feet first, and it slams into sort of like your, like what is effectively your shoulders, and like you're unrockable, and you just sort of like you feel the ground, the wood, the timbers underneath your feet like bend and split as it forces you down, and you crack the floor slightly, as it drives you into the ground like a really round peg. And as it sort of like slams into you, it sort of like the dust and splinters fly everywhere. It lets out a roar before it kind of slips off you as you push your way back up, back to your feet. Yeah, you are no longer vulnerable. You are not vulnerable from that attack. Cool. Easy peasy. Now it's your turn. Who's going next?
Can I go now?
Yes.
I feel like
Go ahead.
it's probably time for me to go.
Burn him, burn
Burn
him,
him.
burn him, burn. Not that we're on a thing made of wood. Greg's like, don't burn him. Don't burn
No.
But you can't see him because he's hidden, so...
Yeah.
It was like, don't do that burn. Don't do... No, So, Twig is getting traumatized by this whole bloody adventure at this point.
Yeah.
I think he, in a very similar way that he reacted to the bandits. Actually, probably much worse, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's a wyvern in the middle of the sky. He kind of like ruffles into his jacket and looks at some of the new spells that he'd been thinking about trying, and just in a very panicked way reveals his wand and shoots towards the dragon with it. And I'm going to use Power Push. So make a spellcast roll against a target in melee range, and he is still within 5 feet of me. On a success, they are blast far range and take D10 magic damage using your proficiency. So it's the most powerful thing I've got. So I'm gonna go for it. Let's go.
So he gets pushed too far. So
yeah, he gets pushed too far.
Okay.
If I succeed.
Okay. Okay.
So let's see if I succeed first. No, probably not. So that's a 9.
Oh.
Okie dokie.
So sad.
In
You
which,
tried.
yeah, you stand up.
Yeah.
Or go on, Dan.
I was thinking about whether to help in terms of a tag team role.
But now I've seen your role, so.
But I don't. In terms of the rules, I'm not sure if you have to.
I think you can do
declare
it
before you roll.
post.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You can't do it post the roll.
Post.
So I
You
didn't
gotta
say
agree on
beforehand.
it beforehand.
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to.
Well, what definitely happens is that I get a fear point. And so, yeah, like Twig, you stand like in the shadow of this beast, and then you produce your wand and you point it at the beast, just in time for like its head, like the neck turns and twists, and it just looks at you, and it is a snapshot of like Bilbo versus Smaug when he's just like, hello. And like you feel the grip on your wands like slacken slightly, and like you notice that your hand is visibly kind of shaking as this thing looks to you, and you feel like the hot breath wash over you, with this putrid, pungent, like decaying meat stench, and like the bolt. The magic blast fires out the tip of the wand, but it just roars like past its head. Unfortunately, that's a miss. I'm pretty sure, just real quick, that when someone rolls with fear, I can choose to take a turn or take fear.
Yeah, I think.
But that was also it was a fail with fear. So do I do both? Do I do both?
So you get a fear anyway, or you can choose to take your turn.
I really want some fear. I really like the fear. I want the fear. Whenever a player... so I can read this real quick again. When you ever make a move, usually after an action roll that fails or is rolled with fear. Activate... exchanging fear and tokens. You can clear 2 tokens on the tracker in exchange for storing 1 fear. Well, this gives you an extra fear to spend. It reduces the number of tokens. Fine. You know what? I'm just going to take fear. Who's going next?
Just soaking it up.
Do you want to do anything?
Do you want to get up?
Team. Does anyone want to tag team so we can take on this git? So.
Well, do you have... You have Rain of Blades.
I do have Rain of Blades.
And I have Rain of Blades.
Can we
You
double
want to
Rain
make
of
a
Blades?
thunderstorm of blades and do
Yeah.
a tag team?
Yeah,
And it
I
only
do.
counts as 1 token on the action tracker for tag team, rather than 2, because it's, yeah. So, do it.
Are you tag teaming?
How much hope is it again to tag team?
So the
3
instigator
hope
pays
for the
3.
person who's the instigator. So it'll
Okay.
be Greg. If you're doing your turn, Ruby, then Greg's gonna instigate the tag team, say, "Oh, I want to join in on this."
Yeah, if I was to do the tag team, I wouldn't be able to do it because it already costs. I've only got 3 hope, and it already cost me 2 hope to conjure Rain of Blades as well. But if you want me to tag team with Greg performs Rain of Blades, and I do, and I sort of then direct them with air. Then
Yeah, that is true.
So it's kind of like dual staff and Rain of Blades at the same time.
Well, unless you wanted to also use Rain of Blades, it will cost you 2. It will cost Greg 5, but then you'll roll both of your Rain of Blade damages together.
That's the thing. If Livvy's got 5, then we can do it.
I do have 5.
Livvy's got 6.
However, I've got 6, haven't I? Because we have more hope now.
You
Yeah.
have 6.
So yeah, that's perfect because then I can also perform a sneak.
Monsoon of Blades!
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna spend all of my hope.
Okay, so
Better work.
So Ruby's using Rain of Blades,
Ruby is also using Rain of Blades.
and Greg is using Rain of Blades.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, can I still have advantage on this Rain of Blades roll as I'm coming out of hidden?
Sure. I mean, it looks like it's about to eat twigs, so it's not paying you much attention right now.
Yeah, that's fine. Just because obviously I'll get advantage on this roll, but obviously we're double rolling.
So, describe to me what this looks like.
So I'm like hidden behind this box, and I'm hidden, but I'm in the eye line of Ruby, so Ruby can see me, and I just look at her, and I just give her.
And she goes,
doing shining, so like.
This will be glorious to listen to without visual aid.
So, as we are obviously on the same wavelength, I jump
Obviously.
onto the crate in front of me.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
just scream at the top of my voice. Blades!
Okay, so as Greg unleashes the Rain of Blades, both of you roll. Greg with advantage.
No, so in terms of a tag team, you both roll to attack, but you both get to choose whose roll
rolling?
you use before you see if it hits or not.
So yeah,
So you
Greg
both
needs to
roll to
roll.
Do I still get 2 rolls?
Well, no. So now it's an additional D6 for advantage. They changed it back, didn't they?
yeah.
Yeah, so this isn't an advantage case. This is you both roll to hit.
Yeah, but Livvy's
Oh, I
got
have
advantage on
advantage.
top.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so yeah, it's a D6 for
Yeah.
advantage.
So it's a
sorry.
D12.
Yeah.
I've
So
rolled my double
2d12
dice
plus
and added it.
d6. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got 9.
And then
Plus
add your
D6.
mods as well.
I've got
So 20 with hope for Greg. And
Sorry, and my mod plus 2. So,
so
wait,
22.
22.
22 with hope. Is Ruby going to use the 22 with hope?
22 with hope sounds good, yeah.
Sure.
In terms of the hope, the person who's chosen for the role only gets the hope.
That's
from
fair enough.
that roll.
Livy spent her hope, so
I got my hope anyway.
Okay, so
You get a hope back.
Greg goes back up to 2 hope.
Whee!
And surprisingly, that's a double hit. So please, both of you, roll your damage rolls.
Fabulous.
And this is just one.
eight.
Is this one combined total?
Yes.
So 48 damage.
Plus, I get an extra D6 because it's a sneak attack.
Sneaky Rain of Blades.
He never saw it coming, even though I went, Rain of Blades!
Bounced it, but it's fine. It's still sticky.
I'm imagining there was also like anime action lines.
Right.
So we got 7 plus.
Oh, wait. What am I doing? That's not
It
working.
should be 2d8. Maybe for you.
2d8 plus d6 or whatever it is for you, Sneak.
And if you have a modifier for that as well. Some weapons have modifiers.
That roll?
Tell you what, I'll roll it out for you. Boop, boop, boop. There you are, have a 9.
And add a 6.
Add a d6, yeah.
Yeah.
So 12, 19. Is there anything else adding on to rubies, or is it just straight 2d8?
A straight 2d8, yeah.
Okay.
You get a spellcast roll on it? Do you get a plus 2? Do you get a plus 2 for your spellcast roll? Or do you get a plus anything
That was
on
for
yours?
the...
Just for your roll.
For the damage
You don't
roll.
get any extra. Okay, on your damage. No worries.
Sure. So 7, 16, 19 damage is major damage to the creature, which rocks and roars as it is buffeted with kind of flying magical darts from all directions, and it brings its wings in to shield itself as best it can, but even so it starts like tearing through the membranes and like the membranous skin and kind of impacting in, presumably exploding in almost like little puffs of shadow and air as the two of you like a needler kill from Halo. Very good. Okay, and the two of you land 3-point superhero poses, looking hella cool. Who's going next? Maybe it's Tweak now that the creature's distracted.
Holy.
Fireballs, go!
I mean, I could potentially tag team on Twig's roll if you want to go all ham.
Yeah, we could try it. I mean, I really wanted to try another spell, because I have the power push spell, which I was tempted and it failed. But I've also, with my new level up, I have ice spikes, so not fire. So ice spikes, I summon large ice spikes within very far range. If you use them as a weapon or on its success, you deal 2d6 physical damage. So it might be useful. Just trying to think about how we would tag team that unless
Well, if you're getting ready to throw a spell, I will literally just grab the thing by the neck with my sheer strength and say, holding the creature down, and I'll say, no!
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that sounds good. I like that.
Okay, so the two of you tag teaming?
I will. Yeah, I'm going to spend my 3 hope of 5.
Down to
Go
2?
down to 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is one more box. In which case, yeah, like the creature's kind of got its vision obscured from its wings as it tries to shield itself from the magical darts. So Goro, you're going in to grab
your creature by the neck and get my sword at the ready, almost one-handedly, but like trying to hold the creature down. And I'm saying now, with seeing that Twig's trying to aim another spell.
Sure.
Get ready to just pierce the thing as well.
In which case, both of you roll me to hit.
Roll. What's my?
Okay.
So now I get +2.
Okay, so we've got 11 plus. What's your mod, Twig?
It'll be +2. So 13 with hope.
13 with hope.
Or 16 with fear.
16?
Oh no.
Is it +2?
Yeah, because I got a +2 on top of it.
Oh, 2 +2s. Okay. So 16 with fear or 13 with hope. Which are you choosing?
I mean, we still succeed with the fear.
Yep, we still succeed.
like-
we might
more
kill
like-
it outright before.
Bad things happen.
Yeah, I got a 13 and I was able to attack it. So
True. You could. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go with your hope, you get a hope. So do it. I say go with the 13 because we know it hits, and you get a hope rather than causing him to have a fear.
Okay, that's cool. We'll do that then. Cool.
Someone was paying attention, Nate.
That little fear farmer over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers, Nate.
Yeah.
So, the two of you, describe to me how this looks fully before rolling for damage.
So, I see Twig looking like they're preparing another spell, and to try and reassure Twig, I drop the greatsword with one hand, and seeing the creature just dodging these blows or getting rained on by these swords. I will take that moment of weakness to just lunge at the creature's throat at the base, and I will look back at Twig and say, "No, do it."
And I think like Twig will be like still shaking with his wand, and he'll realize like he puts his wand away and just tries to focus on the new spell without using the wand. He'll be able to try this, and just like lifts his hands and spins his arms around with like kind of runic patterns, and just like forces out these like, and as he like gestures his hands forward, the spikes, like these ice spikes, kind of come out and grow large and just fire forward, kind of a little bit like the darts, but like a lot bigger,
Sure.
and like almost like stalactites, and they just go forward, but like really big kind of ice spikes. And like I feel like Grogu is holding, yeah, like I feel like if Grogu's holding down like his throat, I think Twig is trying to get his throat and up, hoping even just to maybe even blind the wyvern, maybe just to make sure that he gets as much damage as possible with the help he's getting.
Okay. Both of you roll damage.
Yes.
Got a
10
10.
for me.
Do you plus anything onto that Twig?
Not for magic.
Or
In
No,
that case,
sadly.
I'll just roll my 3 d10s and take away 1.
That's a
So
juicy
9
17.
plus 1. 17 plus, for me now, 5 plus 5.
So 22.
Yeah, so
Plus
22
Good
plus,
God. Okay.
plus 10.
Plus 10.
So,
32.
32.
at the sound of Goru's like deep sonorous no, like as you conjure these large magical icicles, Twig, you fling them forwards, and like the creature, like the wyvern, thrashes under your grip, Goru, but you manage to sort of like, you kind of tough it out and you pull the creature backwards, just in time for one of the icicles to launch and catch it, like bang in the middle of its long, like snake-like neck. And Twig, you watch as this icicle strikes true and punctures clean through the wyvern's neck. And as it thwips and roars in pain, Goru, you're able to sort of like hop back, and then bringing your greatsword in one wide swiping, like one wide cleave, you catch it at the point of the neck where it has now been perforated by this icicle, and with a single bloody swipe, the creature's head is severed. The neck is severed in two. The head goes tumbling straight over the side of the ship, and the torso and wings flap wildly, like the tail swishing, the legs clawing out at you, before it too kind of staggers backwards, like instinctively, and topples off the edge of the ship.
Is it dead?
It just comes back like.
Yeah, just the head flapping its eyebrows. Okay, and as you hear sort of like the wailing, you know, the cry, the gurgling death cry of this wyvern before its head is removed from its neck, as it tumbles off and like the ship rocks under the sun changing weight, you hear a second kind of paired call from towards the back of the ship, and as the four of you Twig, you and Goru coated in this creature's blood. As you look to the back of the ship, you see one of the other, like the second wyvern, like the head turns to watch the body of its mate tumbling through the sky down towards the forest canopy, and with a kind of a draconic yelp, it flaps its wings and kind of takes off from the ship, dropping the crewmate that it had in its claw, and then kind of swooping down towards the forest canopy. And with that, you've successfully defended the ship from attack.
Yay!
Oh boy. I burned through some stuff, guys.
Burned some stuff.
I'm really tired.
As the four of you like take a moment to catch your breath, having fought off this kind of monstrosity, you like all you can hear for a few moments is the sound of the sort of like the passing, like the wind like breezing past you, and the hum of the airship. And as you what the four of you doing in this immediate moment?
Greg is on his knees, probably hyperventilating a little bit. That was a little bit terrifying.
Drenched in blood.
I'm drenched in blood. I was almost eaten by a dragon. If it was not for the lovely Goru, I would be dragon chow for sure. But yeah, he is definitely on his knees.
Sorry, I'm imagining Goru is dead Peter from Family Guy at the moment. Just like
just completely just smashed in.
Just holes, just rends and holes all over him. But no, that's fair. So Twig's feeling kind of vulnerable. How are Greg and Ruby doing?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that was great. Greg's still on top of his crates, and he sees that Twig is. So he jumps down, comes up to Twig, goes, "Oh, well done, mate. Yeah, you finished him off, didn't you? Finished him off again. Call you the finisher." Thwaff on the back. That was great. Twig's is helping. Oh, really good. Really good at this stuff, aren't you? Great at killing. Tap, tap, tap.
Greg.
Just wipe. Just tries to wipe off the blood of his face. He's really just smearing it around. With his amphibious hands, just not really soaking anything up.
At this point, you're realising that wyvern blood is particularly kind of slimy and viscous.
Viscous.
So you are just like...
Thank you, Greg.
Like you're trying to wipe off
fine, thanks.
melted Pritt stick.
Oh god, love it.
Ruby, you saw the tail end of that battle sort of like from the deck itself, but as you right yourself, how are you doing?
So there's none of the beast left on the. There's none of the wyvern left on the thing, is it? Has it completely fallen off?
Just its lifeblood, actually. Yeah. Just...
Only what's left. You can probably scrape what's off of Twig into a bottle if you want.
In that case, kind of looking at it, and sort of peering over to seeing Greg just sort of wipe
Yes.
Twig and just cover him continually more. She's gonna walk over to the both of them and say, "Oh, let me do this. Let me do this, Greg. I've probably got like a little bit more.
I've got it. I think I've got it.
I think it's gonna need a little bit more, I'm afraid. And out of my nomadic pack, because I can do this once a session, I can spend a hope, and I'm going to pull out. I'm gonna pull out, if Dan will allow me, if the DM will allow me. I'm gonna pull out sort of like a rag, but I'm also gonna pull out some sort of like cleaning fluid that's probably gonna do like a little bit better.
A little bit of anti-bac.
Yeah, like a little bit of fantasy anti-bac. And sort of squidge this on and start sort of better cleaning Twig.
Okay.
Getting the blood off him.
Very, very good. You can absolutely do that, yes. Well, whilst you're sort of like tending to one another, you hear a voice kind of call out from further down the ship. And turning up to look, you notice that it is the voice of Captain Kane.
My, that was quite a display. It normally takes a full squadron of my soldiers and a pair of officers to fight one of those things off, and the four of you did it by yourselves. I suppose having adventurers aboard does have its advantages. Please, you must join me and my officers for dinner tonight, so I can properly thank you for your service. Take some time to bandage your wounds and rest, of course.
And
you, Captain.
the captain nods. You see his first mate kind of emerges from the side, carrying some of the has one of the wounded crewmates arm over her shoulders as she's kind of leading them down into the ship proper. And you watch as you notice here quite a lot of the ship's crew that were fighting off the Wyvern. You see one sporting a very vicious slash across the shoulder. One appears to have been bitten on the torso, on the side. Some of them seem to be kind of limping. It looks like the others took quite a bit of a battering against their Wyvern. But it seems like no one died. They were just wounded. So we will wrap things off with a quick short rest. So yeah, the dinner time is a couple of hours away. So more than enough time for a short rest. Between the four of you, you get two. You can choose two of these options each, and you can also kind of help. You can do these things to one another as well. So you can tend to wounds, you can clear your stress, you can repair your armor, or you can prepare for what's to come. So tend to wounds obviously hit points, clear stress is stress, repair armor is armor, and prepare is gaining hope. So, what's Twig doing?
I feel like I think this might come under prepare. I don't know if you'll let me do this, but I feel like as a roleplay thing he would. Is having seen that a lot of people have been injured, he would offer his services to the crew because he is adept in healing magic. And I consider it under prepare because I feel like in the future we may need these people to be on our side. We do not know what kind of dangers we may face on the ship. And gaining that trust and that loyalty from the crew is quite important. Regardless of what we think of the captain, it may be worthwhile befriending these people, and the way to do it is to be resourceful.
Yeah, absolutely. In which case, are any of the other three of you joining in to
yes,
tend to the crew?
Happy to.
As
So that would be one of my. Yeah. So yeah, no, Greg will help prepare by helping. He will sit around with some of the crew and have
Hand
a
out
beer,
cigars.
hand out cigars, have a smoke on the deck.
Yeah.
And
Fraternise.
fraternize? Can I also use that as my clear stress? As one.
That could be your second one, yeah.
Yeah, because we
Okay.
will de-stress, blow off some steam,
Okay.
have a smoke, say.
So we know what your two are. So Theo, what's your second short rest?
I think it's hard because I don't think I need anything else on
In
here.
that
So I was very
case-
fortunate I didn't actually take
I
any.
wouldn't mind a little bit of help on my
Do you want
end
to
if
tend
you've got,
to your wounds?
if anyone's got spare.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can tend to wounds, so I can obviously by preparing by helping the crew. I would also lend that to you. So I'm more than happy to tend to your wounds. Goro, you did save my life by
Okay.
taking like 16 bloody whatever. But yeah, so apparently it's a D4, I think I
It's a
roll.
D4,
and
that's why, because I've spent a lot of armor slots, which is
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm going to spend both of mine, one on armor, one on stress, because I've taken a bit of stress as well.
It's one. That's not helpful.
It's
but it is
better
one.
than nothing.
Well,
Thank
The
God
genteel
for
pat on the bum.
very appreciative of that.
Can I also let me have a little look. Yeah, you know what, I will do this. Can I use the spell Mending Touch on Guru, please? So apparently once per long rest, when you spend this healing time learning something new about them or revealing something about yourself, the 2 hope you spend heals 2 points instead.
Okay.
So I'm going to add a D4, but then I can also give you more. But you have to reveal personal things to me to do so.
Sure. So we'll bank. Yes, absolutely. We'll
Bank
bank
that.
Bank that in a sec. We'll come back to that in a moment.
Sure.
Is anyone else joining Twig and Greg while they fraternise? Sounds like Goru's sitting it one out. Ruby, you sitting it out?
Yeah, Ruby's gonna sit it out.
Okay. What's Ruby doing for her two?
Ruby's gonna spend just like a little bit of time by herself in one of the rooms, and she's gonna heal. She's gonna heal one of her hit points. So she's just gonna sort of clean herself up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also going to repair one slot of her armor as well.
Okay.
So a little bit of mending of her little cape.
Sure.
And reapply some slap.
Some embroidery.
Mm.
Okay. So you're tending to wounds. You're repairing armor. Goru, you're repairing armor and tending to
Stress.
wounds. It's stress. Sorry. And then you're also
stress and repair armor. So I'll roll my d4s now. Just
Yep. So everyone roll your d4s. I see Greg's reduced stress, like puffed out 4 stress worth of cigars.
Yeah.
Oh no.
How do you? I'm guessing it just. I'm sort of healing and armor slots. Is it rolling anything, or is it just you go down 1?
It's D4.
D4. Okay.
I rolled pretty poorly.
Mm.
So that will be for my stress. That will be for my health, and then another one for my armor, and then just one go down 1 anyway. There we go.
There we go. Bish bash bosh. Okay, so during the short rest, Goru, how? Also gone.
Did me and Twig get 2 hope each?
The 2 of you get 2 hope each. Yes, so you go up to 4, and Twig goes
2,
up to
1.
5.
But I used 2 on Goro.
And then back down to 3. Okay. What Twig Goru, what does Quig learn of Goru? What does Twig learn of Goru during the mending of the armor?
It's either I learn about you or I reveal something. So if you have anything
okay.
you want to reveal, we can do that. Or I can
Um,
talk, because Twig is a talker.
I think Ogoru would mention that it's hard to make many friends, and actually say that when you're an outsider and you're a nomad and you're wandering and you don't know anyone, you don't meet many people. But considering the arduous journeys we've already had together, I think Goru would admit that I regard you as someone close, as a friend who I want to protect. I value you. I will do everything I can to make sure you're safe. You know that, right?
Of course. But you remember we are also fighting along your side. We don't want you in any pain either. We need you as much as you need us, as friends.
Thank you. I will learn to lean on you some more. As I sort of give in to your aid in patching me up. What does the hope give me in terms of healing?
Where is it gone?
What can I use it on? Is it just hit points, or can I use it on
2 hit points or 2 stress?
2 stress for sure. The stress I use up a lot quicker, so yeah, I'll use it on the stress, and I think just talking has helped with Goru's mindset, and he's very appreciative of this bit of relief through speech.
I feel like Twig will also mention, like, like, you know, and he's kind of bustling away, taking care of you. You're like, I know you say you found it hard to make friends traveling, but sometimes the loneliest people are surrounded by lots of people. In this city, it was quite hard to make friends, despite being surrounded by very like-minded people. So, friends can be found anywhere.
Wise words. I will think on what that means. Thank you, Twig. I appreciate your help.
We appreciate you too.
With that said, elsewhere, on the Windfall, with the sounds of battle dying out overhead, there is a short and sharp sigh of relief from Melandra as she turns her attention to her prized project. Her face is the sharp contours of her face are illuminated by a magical arcane blue glow from the strange magical contraption of tubes and crystals and a small weather vane connected to the freestanding iron cell in front of her. And as she turns to, satisfied that there has been no damage to the silver engine, she turns and leaves. surpassing the number of crewmates assigned to its defense and protection. Happy in the knowledge that the secret of the Silver Engine has been kept. Congratulations on completing the first episode of Marauders of Windfall. There we go. So, that combat was a bit more spicy than the ones you had in the Sablewood, wasn't it?
Oh, just a bit.
A little bit.
But no, you managed it perfectly. So, yes, we will find out what other mysteries lie in the Windfall, and what exactly. Perhaps we might even find out what exactly the Silver Engine is. But until that point, I think we've had a little discussion. We're pretty sure that this is going to be a fortnightly thing, so we'll next go live and continue with this adventure. I think it's on the 4th of July, Independence Day.
Nothing else is happening. Yeah, nothing else is happening that day. So.
No.
Important.
Whilst the Americans really hyped up the whole 4th of July Independence Day thing, didn't they? So we decided to borrow it. So yes, we will be here from about 8 PM on the 4th of July with fear or elation in our eyes. And we're really looking forward to bringing you the next episode. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If we got anything wrong, it's a playtest. Stop worrying about it. But for sure, like, put it in the comments just so we know. Yeah, this is still feeling good. Still feeling good. I'm still enjoying it. So I hope you 4 are as well. Question mark?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Yes, for
Hopeful
sure.
statement. And also, we're hoping that you're enjoying either watching it or playing it if you're having the chance to as well. I think that's about it. So, thank you once again for watching. Thank you for playing. I am Dan. We are the Explorers of Elsewhere. This has been live. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.